up, guys? I am Wallace.
And I'm Renee.
And you're watching Campsite, and we're going to start referencing some of your suggestions in the comments a lot more often from now on. Primarily because we're never going to get around to all you guys. We'll just do them one a week. But also, I've been really excited to hop into all these other bands as well. Today we are listening to Ghost of Perdition by Opeth. I believe that's the way it's pronounced, Opeth. Now, I've seen these shirts, but I've never listened to the band myself. Are you familiar with the band at all or no?
Nope.
Do you know who recommended this song?
Julio Torres.
Thank you, Julio. Okay, good. I was afraid it was going to be that for 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh, okay, I was not prepared for that.
I wasn't prepared for it either, so it was very unsettling starting off. Like,
that scared me. I was not mentally prepared for that at all.
Yeah, no, me either, dude. I had no idea what I was getting into. But, I mean, like I said, I've seen their t-shirts, so I got an idea of their vibe they may have. I don't know, but Jesus Christ, right? But anyway, all right, so we were kind of taken back a little bit by the way his vocals were at the beginning, so I'm going to reread some of those lyrics. Ghost of mother, lingering death, ghost on mother's bed, black strands on the pillow, contour of her health, twisted face upon the head. Sounds like something out of a horror film. Twisted face upon the head. Man, but personally, I do like screaming. But when done a certain way, and the certain way I'm speaking of is when like there's anger, a range of emotion. It seemed more like he was just screaming for the sake of screaming, but obviously he's good at it. I mean, not everyone can do that. But I'm looking forward to see what else comes because, let's see, Ghost of Perdition, stuck in her chest, a warning no one read, tragic friendship, caught inside the fog, pouring venom, brew, deceiving. It sounds like this person is suffering pretty bad.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
She was the one who opened to the room and said you have to live before you die young. The shelf who told you was the one who opened to the room and said you had to live before you die young.
I like the switch up just then. That was pretty cool. Suddenly it seems slightly heavenly for a second. I also like the little, man, I think it might be the bass, the little dun 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 dun, a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm sure I'm misrepresenting it. It's something along those lines. Devil cracked the earthly shell. So the devil cracked the earthly shell. I'd say like my body's my earthly shell. Blew hope into the room and said, "You have to live before you die young." I don't know.
Me neither.
I don't want to misspeak, but it seems as if, she's kind of giving encouragement and almost a sense of awareness that she's going to die eventually. I mean, we all know that, but
yeah.
That she's going to die eventually, it's more soon while still young. Some kind of warning sign, perhaps. But anyway, let's get back to the song. I'm going to back it up some so we can get that transition to this light and heavenly tone.
Rode into the dark unaware, winding ever
Yeah, I'm not going to transition back to the instrumentals. The instrumentals are pretty good. I like the instrumentals overall just fine. The starting off screaming that way, maybe it's more necessary, and as I re-listen to it, I mean, I'll get more comfortable with realizing that's supposed to come. Mm-hmm. But for me, I like, starting off small and gradually getting to that anger, frustration, or even demonic sounds. But yeah, let me run that back. I want to hear that again. The transition they just did just then to the dun 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 dun. I think the drums are really neat during there.
Yeah.
To complement it, it's playing something kind of offbeat with it that I really like. The time signatures seem like they're a bit in a cool pattern.
darkness by her side, spoken past her mind.
So, what are you thinking so far? Are you going back to the screaming?
Okay, so
Or that's more like growling. I don't know what you consider. Is there a difference between what he's doing now and what like other musicians do when they scream? Like James Hetfield, he has a scream. Like, you know, Kurt Cobain has his own scream. Is this something
you call it something else?
A little different?
or-
Just like a growl or...
I don't know.
But anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, I like the little main part that we just listened to. If it is the main part, I'm assuming it is.
Well, it seems as if this one almost doesn't have like really a main part.
I don't know. Well, anyway,
changing.
that you know the part I'm talking about.
I think so, yeah.
That little middle part. I like that part. His voice is nice.
Yeah.
The instruments are good.
Yeah.
But I listen to music that has screaming in it, but it's like not the same. It's
that's what I'm saying. This is a different. It's a different style.
And it's like, you know, it's multiple verses just only dedicated to that specific thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, most of the music that I listen to, whilst it does have screaming, it's like, you know, they scream on certain parts that it's like necessary.
Yeah, it's like an italics word, you know? Mm-hmm. A bold word.
Yes.
Needing more emphasis.
Italicized word.
Yeah, okay. All right. Anyway, so I like the instruments a lot. And this is just a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
And it works well with this genre of music, obviously. But overuse of the double kick, I don't always just get down with that entirely because I always feel that's just like it's a little lazier just to, well, I say that. Double kicking at a fast speed is pretty difficult. It really is. So it does reflect his talent with his feet for sure, being able to, you know what I mean? But I just personally don't care for the way that sounds overall. I think it sounds great. I'm talking about just in general, like, man, if you'd done something similar to that effect, same sound, but like maybe on the toms, like a cool little roll. For some reason, I think that just sounds cooler to me, like the tom usage. So when we was using the toms earlier, that's why I felt the need to talk about it, because I liked that. That's the kind of shit I really like. But anyway, like, it works, obviously. It sounds good all together, just creatively. Man, I like the tom usage he was doing earlier. I wish he could do more of that. But anyway, let's go back so we can get into this Goes to Perdition transition. Give him an It just, I don't know, that was just kind of funny to me. Reading the lyrics,
it's also, that's what I was about to say. Reading it on the screen,
Yeah.
it's UH.
Yeah, UH. But it was all capitalized. But anyway, let's back up again. I gotta catch that a little bit. What do you think he means by that? I'm kidding.
Is there a deeper meaning?
No, I don't know.
Sure.
But Chevelle does it a lot too. He'll just bring in like some frustrating just.
I just think it's funny
grunts.
to read it on the screen.
Yeah, it was reading it on the screen that made it funny.
Yeah.
Like, you have to spell that out for me, boy.
To see a beloved son in despair of what's to come.
Not a bad song. I might revisit it from time to time. Personally, the growling type, screaming type of vocalist performance, not one I just overly care for normally. But there's a lot of things in that song that I liked enough to where, like, I mean, I don't want to use the word tolerate that, but I mean, I don't hate it to that extent that it feels as if I'm like having to suffer through this to get to something good. It's not like that, no, by no means. But it would make it to where I might be more inclined to listen to it less casually because of the parts are more redeeming to where like that doesn't sound. I don't want to insult the song because that's not what I'm trying to do here. But I think some of you guys know what I mean. Like just because I don't like love these portions of the song, but really like these portions, it makes these better and more enjoyable. I can listen to it because I know what's to come. If that makes sense. Is that okay? Just making sure. Anyway, what do you think about the song? Do you have anything?
I mean, it's not really my style of what I would listen to.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, you know why I don't.
Yeah, no, I got
why
you.
I'm probably not going to
It's definitely, obviously,
again.
I mean, even fans realize this isn't for everyone.
Yeah.
They must know that.
Yeah, just like music I listen to isn't for everyone. Music you listen to isn't for everyone.
Obviously.
Everyone has their own genre that they like. And particularly, I'm probably not going to listen to it again. It's not a bad song.
Whoa.
I mean, if it comes on, I'm not going to turn it down, but it's probably not going to come on. So.
Wow. Well, okay.
Like, I don't know. It's like, the instruments were good.
Yeah,
I
like
liked those. I liked the singing part, but the type of screaming that he was doing just isn't for me.
Yeah. No, I get it. And I feel very similar as far as, like, isn't for me, this type of screaming. But I might listen to it some more. Because, like I said, I like the drumming a lot, actually. The drumming's really cool. I feel like this might be a 4-man musician type band. Like, I don't know if the singer plays any instruments, so I'm going to go ahead and put him to the side for a second as far as the actual sounds we're hearing. I feel as if they have 2 guitarists and a bass because it sounds, there's a lot going on as far as a guitar. I'm trying really hard to pay attention to one individual spot, but I'm caught off guard of if there's about like the riff, and because there's so many different sounds coming out of like guitars. So I get a little caught off by that. If I listen to it more, I can probably get a better feel for the guitars. But personally, I do prefer less going on at certain times. So that might be a minor criticism, but that's a personal thing. It has nothing to do with them as a band.
Yeah, not trashing the song or the band.
Yeah. Well,
just personal preference.
A lot of bands have multiple guitars. Avenged Sevenfold, they're highly popular. They have multiple guitars. Mm-hmm. So do Metallica, you know? But personally, you know, when I have so much guitar going on, I kind of lose track of what's going on, and it just all kind of mushes together. I do like... But that song also had a lot of moments where it was just one riff here, there, too. Those are the parts that I was just like, there we go. Like, I can get to that. I can bop to that. But let's read some more of the lyrics of this song so we can just better understand it. 'Cause, I mean, I was reading some of it, well, all of it, obviously, but I was comprehending some of it.
To focus on.
It was, yeah, because there's a lot going on, so it's hard for me just to continue reading. I'm really trying to get into like the music, because that's what I really, really like is the music on my first listen. That's why I try to pay attention to it most. In time, the hissing of her sanity faded out her voice and soiled her name. So her hissing sanity faded out her voice and soiled her name. It seems almost like her reputation got ruined. But why would her sanity do that?
I don't know.
And like marked pages in a diary, everything seemed clean that is unstained. The incoherent talk of ordinary days, why would we really need to live? The incoherent talk of ordinary days. So getting bored with life, I would guess. Why do we even need to live? Decide what is clear and what's within a haze. What you should take and what to give. I mean, in a literal sense, decide what is clear and what is in a haze. What are you certain of? What are you uncertain of? What to take and what to give for being literal. It's just out of life, you know?
I was scratching my nose.
I thought you were doing that like as if I had something on my face. You kind of like breathed a certain way and was and looked at me.
I wasn't being shady.
Well, don't look at me when you scratch your nose for now on.
My quite bad.
Very unhappy in the afterlife, this ghost is. A saint's premonitions unclear. Keeper of holy hordes, keeper of holy whores. To see a beloved son in despair of what's to come. It just seems like a really depressing type song. A lot of awful things seem like it's going to happen, and it seems almost as if the people are aware that awful things are to come and what's going to happen.
That's what it seems like.
I'm sure you guys can tell us more about this song in the comments, because I would genuinely like to know more about it. But on a first listen and reading the lyrics, it makes it slightly tough to fully decipher. But I can appreciate some of the things that are being said. I do like the choice of words overall. It's not, simple adjectives always. But yeah, any final thoughts?
Well,
you're one and
good.
done.
It was good. For other people, it was. I can respect the musical aspect and why people would like it and why they would listen to it. I thought it was just fine, but I'm, one and done.
I'll revisit it a few times probably, because I really do like the instrumentals. My favorite part in the whole song was the that's right, yeah. It seems like a funny onomatopoeia to use right there, or maybe it was not an onomatopoeia. An onomatopoeia would be like a sound effect you would make.
Pop, snap,
yeah,
pop.
But I don't know. I just think if a normal person would say, like questioning, so that's why it was kind of funny.
But it was an exclamation point, not a question mark.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's not a question, right?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, guys, sorry to keep you. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for suggesting it.
Julio Torres.
Thank you so much for suggesting it. And everybody, comment down below a song we should react to next. But until next time, spiral out.